Ghana has a major infrastructure deficit, and the intention of the annual budget and funding amount was to channel the resources into what is tangible and can, show the benefits of the blessing of the natural resource that God gave us. Unfortunately, over the years, the money, you don't really see what is happening. So we decided that we'll commit the money to what we call the big push.
Ghana's gold exports for the first 4 months of 2025 reached $5.2 billion, representing a 76.4% increase compared to the same period last year. Now, let's put the gold aside and talk about the country's oil. Because just last week, we posted a video right here talking about Ghana's exciting new offshore oil discovery. But here's the thing, Ghana is already an oil-producing country. We've been pumping oil since 2010, and by the end of 2023, we've made over $10 billion from oil revenues. So, what has the money done for us so far? And more importantly, what is this current government planning to do with it now, with this new discovery? Well, President John Dramani Mahama has just made a major announcement. He's launching a bold new plan called the Big Push. This is a $10 billion infrastructure agenda spread over the next 5 years. That's $2 billion each and every year, going into roads, schools, hospitals, and agriculture. And guess what's funding it? Oil money and mineral royalties. According to Mahama, this plan will fix our crumbling infrastructure. 60% of Ghana's roads are still unpaved, and many rural schools and hospitals lack even basic equipment. And we spend over $2 billion each and every year importing food. So the Big Push will also invest in irrigation systems, farmer service centers, and support for agribusiness. Now, here's what President Mahama said about how this money will be handled.
Ghana has a major infrastructure deficit, and the intention of the annual budget and funding amount was to channel the resources into what is tangible and can, show the benefits of the blessing of the natural resource that God gave us. Unfortunately, over the years, the money, you don't really see what is happening. So we decided that we'll commit the money to what we call the big push, because we have an infrastructure deficit of almost $1.5 billion every year in terms of infrastructure investments, between 1.5 and 2 billion. And so we said, well, we'll implement the big push, which will be a $2 billion a year investment in infrastructure for 5 years. And so the intention is to invest 10 billion over 5 years in infrastructure. And that includes both roads and bridges and important infrastructure that are transformational and have a rate of return in terms of tolling and productivity and bringing goods to the market and all that. And then also in educational infrastructure, in health infrastructure, and especially in agricultural productivity in terms of irrigation and so on and so forth. One of the major things will be disaggregating the revenues like you raise so that we can track. And maybe if the responsibility for all natural resources were put under PIAC, then it will make it easier to track and trace. Yeah, but the ABFA is going there, and then mineral royalties from gold is also going into the big push. So we need to get the minister to disaggregate it properly so that we know exactly what you are monitoring. The minister is going to present the mid-year review of the budget. And so I'll draw attention to your particular case so that he can up the budget and then also speed up the.
To make sure this doesn't become just another broken promise, Mahama met with PIAC, which stands for Public Interest and Accountability Committee. That's the independent watchdog group that tracks oil money. This group have been exposing oil mismanagement for years, so this time they've been brought in from the start. Cause transparency is the key, and Ghanaians have been seeing big money disappear before.
Over the years, our report has assisted governments in this area, especially in the upstream petroleum sector. The fora we've been having has gone a long way to guide governments in how petroleum revenue will be utilized. And that is what we've been doing over the years. Your Excellency, we have observed just some few months ago about some developments in the sector on the utilization of the revenue. And precisely that has to do with the amendment of the PRMA. And we commend you for the amendment in the sense that the annual budget funding amount, which basically should support government budgets, the amendment seeks to ensure that this fund is used mainly for infrastructure projects. And that is very commendable. And we at PIAC sees that as a good initiative. But we have some proposals. And that is the fact that over the years, we've realized that sometimes these funding are commingled with other funds. So you don't really see that this is a project funded by the petroleum revenue. So our proposal is that if a project is earmarked for funding through petroleum revenue, then it should be from start to finish.
But all in all, we appreciate the work you do, and we're committed to it because it fits into the reset agenda that we've been pursuing, that there must be increased transparency. We must fight against corruption so that we're able to save resources and put them in the areas that will transform the lives of our people and create opportunities for our young people who are coming up.
So here is the big question. Can Ghana finally turn its oil wealth into real development? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you care about Ghana's future, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. And that is all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Have a joyful life and see you in the next one. Mackerel.